welcome to today's live. My name is Lunta Di La Paulo, and I'm gonna be your host tonight. And I am thrilled to be here with you, and I share with you, as always, very important information that is designed to empower you, to give you insights and knowledge for you to readily use and put it in practice or motion so that you can move your business forward and prepare for your exit. So we launched this series of episodes where we address exit planning. So these next couple of weeks, we're gonna be talking and spending a lot of time around business exit. As I always do in almost every single live we are doing, I like to begin with a proposition, right? A place where you and I can agree on some basic facts and foundation, okay? Would you agree that for both of us as business owners, at some point, we're gonna need to exit, right? Whether we like it or not, whether we are forced or willingly, we're gonna need to exit. Yes? Yes, right? So we both know, you and I can agree that exiting from our business is 100% guaranteed. It's 100% inevitable and unavoidable. We know it's going to happen, and we know it's going to happen sooner or later, right? So whether we are exiting because we willingly want to exit or because we're being pushed by outside challenges or factors or forces, right? We know it's going to happen, right? So I'd like us to at least have that agreement. And the reason that I bring this is because we also know that a lot of business owners, because they are so involved in the day to day of finding clients, of managing the company, they do not think about their exit. They are not planning for their exit. And what we know, what the data tells us today, is that despite the fact that at least 80% of most business owners' wealth is being tied up to their business value, these business owners are actually not preparing for their exit, which causes them to lose tremendous value, okay, tremendous value of their companies because they didn't prepare for their exit. And today in the US, we know only 1 in 12 companies get to actually exit. And among these companies that actually get to exit, only 20% of them are able to exit under their terms, their price, and under their term timeline, meaning that the vast majority of business owners in America are not going to be able to exit under the terms, the price, and the timeline they want. So that's part of the reason we launched this series to help business owners to get information so that they can start getting their exit plan in motion. Okay. And today we're going to be talking about day 4, which is preparing your company for your exit financially, right? So we're going to be looking more around valuation and the financial aspects of your business, right? The key question here that I want us to explore today in the next 7 minutes or so is whether your business is financially ready for an exit, right? What I often saw when I worked as an investment banker typically was a business that is family owned, maybe a parent or a grandparent transferred to the father and then to the son and so forth, or a first time founder is advanced in their age or not and they want to exit. Everything looked reasonable, right? The profit was there, the cash flow seemed to be there, but the problem often came when it came time to support or provide and produce the evidence around the numbers, right? A lot of business owners today in America, they only know their numbers in their head. They only know their numbers in their minds. They actually don't have much in terms of financial records to produce for a potential buyer or for somebody to actually appraise and evaluate their company. which ends up taking away the value of their company and creating doubts to business buyers. Okay. And that's a big problem for someone who's looking to exit. I'm going to share here on my screen what I believe to be one of the most important aspect of preparing, or part of, of what is, very important, for you to prepare for your exit. Oh, I just shared the wrong screen. Okay, so I need to make this slightly bigger. Okay. Okay, great. So I have it there. Okay. And okay, this is what I needed to bring. Great, great. So we're here. Okay. So what we often see taking place, okay, is the fact that a lot of business owners are, they are even profitable, right? They are profitable and there is cash flow, right? We're not going to cover the business system and process and succession today, but what a lot of business owners lack is the ability to show the breakdown of the numbers in their company. So what do we do when a client comes to our firm? We begin with what we call a gap analysis. Okay, a seller has certain expectation in terms of how they want to appraise or value a given company. Okay, they know what they're looking for, and when they are looking at revenue, right, they are a number of very important metrics they want to see. Very often business buyers are going to be looking for a company with a revenue growth CAGR over 15%. Okay. Historical growth rate in the last 4 to 5 years of over 15%. They also like to see company with revenue over $1 million and a company with a history of accurate sales projection, right? So a company that is capable of accurately estimating their sales for the next quarter, the next year, and so forth, right? So that tells us about revenue predictability. Can this company really predict how much revenue they can produce? If they've done a fairly good job historically, it increase, right, the probability that they might get it right in the future. So if they're not really, if the management team can't predict with confidence, with high degree of confidence, revenue projections, this company is going to be very hard to sell. The other aspect is the analysis around clients. Business buyers want to see long tenured clients. Companies with high client turnover is a problem. That's one of the things that we actually work with client to ensure that this is, being implemented. Some of the engagements may take over a year, 2 years for some changes to actually take place. Okay. The other aspect that is key here in revenue still is recurring revenue. Okay. There are some industries that are not typical to have recurring revenue, right? Industry like construction, right? Or remodeling. They are very project based, right? And it's a matter of going for the new client all the time. There is not a lot of recurring revenue. But for businesses where it's very much expected to have some form of recurring revenue, it's a good idea to see 80% from recurring revenue and 20% from new revenue. Okay. If you have the opposite, it's a strong indication that you need to work on your customer base or your pricing or your offering to make it a little bit more recurring. Okay. And it's not only recurring revenue, but Business buyers like to see opportunities where they can upsell or cross sell to existing customers. Okay. They also want to see a solid pipeline. Do you have a process in place for generating leads, for nurturing these leads, to converting these leads into paying clients, right? We already talked about low turnover here, right? The other thing that business buyers want to see is that over 80% of your revenue is generated from prime accounts, right? That means that you actually are the primary service provider and you're not subcontracting um, from other companies, and that's your way of generating revenue. Okay, so that's very important. So as a business owner, one of the things you need to do for yourself, right, before even getting a sense of what your valuation is, you really need to make sure you understand and you have readily available your financial reports, your financial statement, your profit and loss statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, and all the supporting schedule that goes with these reports. Because if you don't have them, it's not going to be possible to have a proper valuation done. And let me talk a little bit about valuation here before I wrap things up. One of the biggest confusion I see among business owners, even among practitioners, is the fact that a lot of folks out there get the idea that their valuation is actually what the marketplace will be buying their business at. That's not correct. That's not how things work in real life. What works in real life is the price that a willing buyer is interested in paying for your company. When we do valuation for a client, we absolutely tell them that I can produce for you a valuation that can make you happy, but know that this is not what the market is going to provide you. But as professional, we want to get as close as possible to a valuation that a serious buyer is willing to pay for your company. A serious buyer is willing to pay for your company. And very often, a client will say, yes, I want to have an idea of what a serious buyer would be willing to pay. So that's very important. That's very important to keep in mind. And I just want to reemphasize here the importance of having good financials. Good financials. You gotta have. I only touched on revenue today, but you gotta have good contracts in place with with your clients. You know, agreements with them in place. Engagement letters, right? Revenue, client monthly statements, right? For instance, if you don't have this kind of information, it's going to be very hard for you to navigate the due diligence. And therefore, it's going to be hard for you to make a case for a valuable business that you are looking to exit. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here, but I wanted to wrap up things with by telling you, if you need help, if you are learning from the content we are producing, um, and if you'd like to get in touch with us, we're available. We want to be part of your team. We want to help you. Here's our email address that is passing at the bottom. You can reach out to us at hello@7exitmistakes.com. We are more than happy to connect with you. We offer free consultation meetings where we can help you see where you are with your company, with your business, and what the market could potentially be valuing your firm, and what are the gaps in your firm to get where you plan to go. And by the way, we have written an amazing ebook here that I'm gonna be putting here, right? 7 exit mistake business owners seeking to exit, make that cost them a fortune. You can get a free ebook copy if you visit our website that is also passing at the bottom there, luntadilapaulo.cpa.com/7 exit mistakes. Again, the ebook link is down there, and I hope this is helpful to you. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please go ahead and share with them the information. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pause here. And again, we're available to help you if we can be of any help. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.